As you know, last night the Wasatch Front experienced a massive earthquake, and it affected most of the Salt Lake Valley. All of the Salt Lake Valley hospitals have seen an influx of patients. At Riverton Hospital specifically, we've received so far 24 patients. Most of them are walking wounded with injuries like broken bones, bumps, and scrapes, and they're still currently being triaged. There's no structural damage to the building. The building seems to be sound, and our engineers are constantly doing rounds to ensure that the building is safe for our employees and our patients. The staff at Riverton have been amazing. Most of them have been here for 24 hours or longer. They are truly heroes in this instance. They're really just working as hard as can be to care for all the patients that we've seen, and they're just doing a tremendous job. I think probably the biggest question that we've been getting is family members trying to get in touch with their loved ones that might be here, and if they were a patient here already, we'd ask them to go to the family waiting area, which is on the first floor of the hospital, in the cafeteria. If they're not sure where their family member is, we're asking people to contact the Red Cross. The Red Cross is keeping a list of missing and injured, and right now they're the best resource for getting information and keeping contact information. The American Red Cross has also set up some temporary shelters at some of the local high schools, and so we'd encourage anyone looking for food or shelter to use those resources through the American Red Cross. That's our current update as of 9:30 this morning. Are there any things I can answer for you? Any questions I can answer?
Yes. How many people do you expect total as a result of this disaster?
So far, we don't expect any additional patients. That may change throughout the day, but as of this point, we don't know of any additional patients coming in via emergency transport. There's always a good chance that people will come in on their own as walking wounded and present at the hospital, and really there's no way of knowing how many that could be.
Which sort of cases do you plan to handle first?
We have a process for triaging patients in the emergency department, and we categorize them as green, yellow, and red. Green are the kind of least serious cases. Yellow are kind of walking wounded, people that need to be seen by a doctor and probably need to stay in the emergency department. And our red cases would be the ones that are the most urgent, ones that might need surgery or any other additional emergency care.
Do you have a max limit of patients that you will allow during this disaster?
That's a good question, and I don't have the answer to it, but I'd be happy to check into it and get back with you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Are you guys working with other hospitals around here to help them with their patients and their overflow of patients?
Yeah, we have a really good system in place where we can communicate with our sister hospitals about what their needs might be, how we can help, and we're also in communication with a lot of the local EMS agencies, and so we'd be able to find out additional resources and how we can help that way as well.
Okay. If there was by chance an overflow of people, what would your guys' plan be as far as trying to take care of how many patients you guys have?
Well, right now we have people doubled up in rooms, and we will just continue to care for as many people as we can. What we'll do is call in additional resources, either physicians or through our manpower pool, if we need additional staff. And then, as I mentioned before, we would work with our sister hospitals to see what resources they might have available if it came to it that we were running at beyond capacity, more than we can handle.
Do you feel that your staff has been given enough training and responded adequately to the situation?
The staff have been amazing. They have really stepped up and spent just countless hours. Their main priority is the patients of this hospital and the people in our community, and that's been demonstrated over and over again with their commitment to working long hours, even though they're tired and hungry. They've really been heroes.
Who is heading the organizational effort for this?
We have a command center in place in the hospital, and it's made up of different leaders from the hospital to coordinate every aspect of hospital operations. We have people coordinating supplies, people coordinating the manpower, people coordinating obviously our community response. I think we have every angle covered. We've practiced and we've been trained on how to deal with a disaster situation, and we're following those protocols and procedures.
Do you have an adequate staff in place?
Right now we are adequately staffed, yeah. And as needed, we will call in additional staff, but right now we have the staff that we need to do the job that we need to do.
Are all areas of the hospital going to be open and in operation during this process?
Right now, yes.
Are you, let's see, are you guys working with other organizations as like with the Red Cross and other organizations to keep everything under control?
Yes, definitely. We're working very closely with the American Red Cross. They're a valuable resource for our community, and they're well trained in how to operate in these kinds of situations, and so it's important that we stay in touch with them and also with our other local EMS agencies.
Well, I have no further questions.
Either.
Well, thanks. We will. You guys can continue to follow us. The media can continue to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We'll be doing regular updates via the command center through those channels, and so and then we'll just plan to do a daily briefing for as long as this disaster continues.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you.